Welcome to Chainsaw May. Main? It's supposed to be Chainsaw Man month, and I tried to combine Man and May. We're just gonna call it Chainsaw May. If you were here last year around this time, then you would know that we did the month of May entirely dedicated to Neon Genesis Evangelion, calling it Mayvangelion. And I wasn't sure if we were gonna do that again this year, but then we ended up doing an Animen Watch Anime this month on Chainsaw Man episode 2, so you can look forward to that. So I figured since that happened, and I just finished watching the entire first season, I'll go ahead and make this month Chainsaw Man month, or Chainsaw May as I said earlier. And we're going to start things off with talking about my favorite character in the show, Denji. If you're new here, subscribe, that'd be awesome. If you're already subscribed, thank you for keeping the Animen dream alive. As of this recording, we're at like 3,500 subscribers, which is pretty great. So hopefully with this video, we can break to 4,000, maybe? Anyway, Chainsaw Man. It's a pretty good show. I enjoyed the first season. Looking forward to the second season. And one of the reasons is because I really like the main protagonist. He's not just my favorite character in the show, he's probably one of my favorite main protagonists ever, like probably in my top 10. But why do I love Denji so much? Why is he my favorite character in the show? Well, it's not necessarily who he is as much as it is where he comes from that I like him so much. Allow me to explain. I mean, I'm obviously going to explain, that's why I'm making this frickin' video. If you've seen the show, then you know of Denji's background. If you haven't, well, then I'm gonna have to spoil it for you. But if you don't want it spoiled, then now's your chance to get out of this video. Go watch Chainsaw Man. It's just 12 episodes. Like, it's not that long. And then come back. Or if you just want me to spoil it, then, well, you're obviously still here for that. So let's do it. Let's spoil it. Let's spoil it like milk that's been left out for a week. Never once seen the fridge. That's disgusting. Don't do that. Don't leave your milk out of the fridge, guys. Denji, if you don't know, has a terrible life. Like, his life sucks in the first episode. It's just terrible. He's homeless. Both of his parents are dead. His dad not only died, and that was it, but he died, and then his debt was passed on to Denji, his son. And it's a pretty massive debt, and it's not just a debt to anybody, it's to the Yakuza. And you don't have to be that educated in the Yakuza to know that you don't mess with the Yakuza. So Denji for years is trying to pay off this debt that is not going away. Like, he's not really making a dent in it at all. It's a huge debt, guys. And the Yakuza are just building interest on top of it, and they're just screwing this kid over. They don't care. They're the Yakuza. In this show, and I think in real life, that's just kind of how they are. I don't know for sure, though. So don't quote me on that, all right? Don't. I'm scared. So yeah, as Denji's living his life, he's having to eat food out of garbage. He's having to sleep in like abandoned houses, abandoned buildings, sheds, in just the most uncomfortable rubble. He doesn't have a pillow, he doesn't have a blanket, he doesn't have any of that nice stuff that so many of us have when we go to sleep. He's not able to take a shower or a bath. He can't really keep himself clean. It sucks. He's living a terrible life. And he's trying to scrounge up this money any way he can. He's even going so far as to selling body parts. He even sold a body part. I'm not going to say what it is, but let's just say you're usually born with 2 of them. And they're like the most sensitive part of the male anatomy. So if you can't figure it out from there, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And you don't think it could get any worse. But then the Yakuza ultimately screw him over and they try to kill him. And they almost succeed. But in the world of Chainsaw Man, there are these things called devils. And they're usually really bad. But Denji befriended one shortly after his father passed away. It's just this little, like, orange, plushy looking, cute little guy. He's got like stubby little legs and a tail, you know, and it's really cute. And oh yeah, he also has a freaking chainsaw sticking out of his face. And as Denji is on the verge of death, his little friend Puchita, that's the name of the devil, kind of sacrifices himself. It's more like he fuses with Denji and gives Denji his chainsaw powers. Thus, Denji created and became the Chainsaw Man. And from there, he completely wipes out the Yakuza that were trying to screw him over. And then, after that, a chick named Makima shows up, and it's her job to exterminate devils, but she does make an exception with Denji, and instead recruits Denji to join her organization of devil hunters. And that's where the show goes from there. And the show is full of lots of action, and it's got some humor to it, and it's got some pretty great characters. But my favorite parts of the show were the little things. And those little things were really what stuck with me. And this show actually caused me to do a little bit of pause and reflect on my own life. And in no way am I saying that I can relate to Denji, because I cannot in the slightest relate to Denji. I've had it way better than him. But that's the thing. When I look at the things he doesn't have, and then when I see how he reacts to then gaining those little things, it reminds me of a very important lesson that I think we all learn at some point in our lives. And that is to appreciate the little things in life, to count your blessings. And sometimes in life, we're going through a lot of conflict, a lot of hardships, but for most of us, if not all of us watching this video, if we actually pause and we take a step back and look at all the things we have rather than the things we wish we had, we can realize that we are indeed very fortunate. I mean, there are parts in the show where Denji is just smothering his toast with all these different jams. And at first you might be like, that's gross, and what are you doing? Like, you're ruining perfectly good toast and jam for that matter. But you gotta remember, Denji's used to eating food literally out of the garbage. And now he's getting fresh made food with fresh jam that didn't come out of a garbage can, but rather from somebody's home. He just wants to try all the jams. And Travis even pointed that out to me when we first watched it, and I was like, dang. Wow, I haven't thought about that way. Like, wow. And then from there, when he's able to sleep in an actual home with, I assume, AC and heat, and he's able to have like a nice clean blanket to sleep with, like, dang, like, wow, he didn't have that, man. But I have that every night. The point is that Denji, with the food and the bedding, and also he enjoys taking baths. He likes to take baths like every day. He didn't get to do that before he joined this organization of devil hunters. Like, it reminds me, like, man, I have like all that stuff that he is just so happy to finally have. Kind of reminds me that, yeah, you know, even though I'm going through conflicts in my life like everyone else, I still have it pretty good overall. I mean, look, I'm in my room recording this video right now on my smartphone with a mic, with a Mac computer in the back that I spent good money on. I'm pretty blessed. Actually, I'm very blessed. And sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I think, man, like, nothing's going my way. Nothing is right. But truth be told, even in those times, I'm fine. I got it good. Because unfortunately, there are people in this world that can relate to Denji quite a bit. There are people in this world that don't have a bed to go to at night, that don't have running water that they can clean themselves with. They don't have fresh food every day, whether it's at home or they go out to eat. They don't have that stuff. And look, I'm not trying to guilt you if you have all these things. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm not trying to make you feel bad for having these necessities, because that's the thing. Everyone should have these things. Everyone should be able to eat every day and not have to struggle to make that happen. Everyone should have a bed to go to sleep at night. Everyone should be able to take a shower or a bath and just clean themselves on the regular. But the reality of this cruel world is that that's not the case with everyone. For a lot of people, for too many people, that stuff is rare to come by. So again, no guilt trip for anyone here. Don't feel bad for having that stuff. But a show like Chainsaw Man and a character like Denji will certainly help you or remind you to appreciate those little things in life, because they do add up. And when you see how much they add up to, and to know that you have that all, that's pretty sweet. And that's something to certainly be thankful for. This feels like a Thanksgiving episode. Now it feels like I should have saved this for November. Oh well. But anyway, guys, that's all I really wanted to do with this video. I really just wanted to discuss this Denji character. Maybe just in case there are people out there that think he's kind of a lame character because he doesn't have this big motivation, right? He doesn't want to be the greatest devil hunter who ever lived. He's not trying to be the very best like no one ever was. And those are characters we can usually gravitate to, right? Especially if they're an underdog. And Denji's kind of an underdog, to be fair. But his motivations are very simple. He fights because he wants to keep the lifestyle that he just gained. Because he doesn't want to lose those things like fresh toast with jam. He doesn't want to lose things like a fresh bath with warm water. He doesn't want to lose things like a new set of clothes. He doesn't want to lose things like a place to sleep at night that's not a complete and utter piece of crap. And he also doesn't want to lose the companionships that he's gained through being a devil hunter. So, it still has a little bit of that classic anime cliche of the whole friendship thing. So, in case you need some of that in your anime, it's here, all right? But if you hate that stuff, you should still watch Chainsaw Man. It's really good, all right? The friendship thing, it's not the big of a subject, okay? Just watch Chainsaw Man. It's good, all right? It's good. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. That means a lot to me. Even if you don't subscribe, the fact that you still watch this is super cool. Thank you so much. We're going to try to get a couple more Chainsaw Man videos out there. I did mention, like I said, there's going to be an Animen Watch Anime episode of Chainsaw Man Episode 2, so that's something to look forward to. I'm going to try to get at least one more video out at the end of the month on Chainsaw Man, and then Travis may or may not do a Chainsaw Man video of his own. I know it's one of his favorite animes of all time, so I'd like to think that he'll at least try to get something out, but I can't guarantee anything. But like I said, thank you for watching, and remember to appreciate the little things in life. God bless.
Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, be sure to do so by clicking here. If you are subscribed, we thank you for keeping the Animen dream alive. Be sure to check out our other content here and here. For even more content, be sure to check out the rest of our channel, and be sure to follow us on Twitter by clicking the link in the description below. I'm Felicia, and I'll see you next time.